What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Real Estate Served on the Rocks. My name is Charlie Sardelli, and I'm here with...
Jameson Amaros.
Last but not least, Oscar Ibarra.
Damn right, last but not least.
Got to bring up the rear sometimes.
That's right. We got the strong in the rear. I like it. I like it. We're going to need it today.
Oh,
we're going to need it today.
Yes. I believe my words were, good Lord.
Yeah, right. Well, and it's funny because Oscar walked in today with a brown bag after he said that he was getting the bourbon. So, with that being said, guys, weekly episodes every week. We have our YouTube channel at the Mile High Perspective. Remember, like, follow, subscribe, share, comment. We love all the comments and stuff and the feedback that we're getting. So thank you guys so much.
Good and bad.
Yeah,
we want to hear it all.
Yep, and give us some ammo for mean tweets, man.
Exactly.
We're waiting to do it. We got some.
Man. We're three Colorado realtors, and we're on the internet, and we have not gotten nearly enough hate.
Right.
Like I feel like we're either doing something right, or you guys are just scared.
Yep.
Which I don't know which one it is.
No. If we're doing something right, they said if you're doing something right, you're gonna get some haters. We need some haters.
Right.
Not too many. I'm sensitive. I am very sensitive.
Yeah, we need like nice haters. Like,
nice haters.
Like amicable.
I mean, don't talk
haters.
about my mom. Don't go that.
Yeah. Don't go down there.
No.
Or my business. All right, neither one. But just be nice.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, in the idea of it being spring coming up and things are getting warmer, people are gonna have a little bit more fun, be outside, be doing parties and barbecues, tailgating, all that kind of stuff.
State holiday coming up.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, actually.
And that is what the kind of whole theme of today is. Tomorrow is opening day for the Colorado Rockies.
Woohoo! Our team sucks, but opening
So
day is phenomenal.
The one day that we get excited for the Rockies is tomorrow here in Colorado.
And 4th of July. That game
and
was
4th of
fun.
July,
Yeah. And what's really cool about opening day here in Colorado with the Rockies is it is a beautiful opportunity for businesses, companies, people not only to get together, but show off what Colorado is all about, right?
Which right now I'm on the fence because I mean I was down there in the mid
when we went to Mile High Spirits.
2000s, but yeah, and it was a beautiful bustling city. COVID kind of screwed that up. I mean, we were at Mile High Spirits and it's a little bit rougher, but doesn't take away from the charm of our city, and that's what we're going to talk about today.
That's right.
And if you are in those areas, we have the perfect solution.
Yes. So
absolutely.
So, as you guys know, we do enjoy our bourbon here on this podcast.
I'm gonna hate both of you.
and I told the guys because so I'm a preface with.
Should we even preface it?
Hold on.
Let's not even preface it.
We're not. Let's just go with it. I'll tell you afterwards.
I'll go ahead and show you guys. Ready?
Here we go. The brown bag bourbon. Bum, bum, bum. Tailgates, parties, and bad decisions. Here we come.
This is what we're working with today, guys.
I spent the money for the bag because here in Colorado we don't have bags anymore, and they're like, "Do you want a bag? Absolutely, I'll pay that.
Right.
I'll pay
Honestly,
that 10 cents."
The bag might be more valuable than what's inside.
The bag made the final price on this because we're not going to say the final price because you did do a Facebook
Yeah, let's
Live.
do it at the end. Let's do the final price.
We'll do it at the end because nobody's. By the time
it's
this comes out, it's a
10
week
cents
later.
plus whatever else is in
the 10 cents. Put it over to the top.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say give it more value.
Yep.
So for those who are listening and aren't watching the video version, there's now a huge brown bag sitting on the table here. And again, like I said, we're doing this because we've packed it full of information over the last couple weeks.
Yep.
And we just kind of want to do something that's a little fun with more, like I said, spring coming up. We just want to do something fun for you guys.
We wanted a tailgate bourbon for you guys.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I mean, if we could have done this a tailgate setting, we definitely would, but it is 14 degrees today in Colorado.
Yeah.
And it's going to be
would not
71 on Sunday for Easter,
I
so
know.
it's
look,
Colorado weather. You don't like
that's
the
right,
weather?
yeah.
Wait 5 minutes.
Especially in these months like March, April, May.
It's actually the perfect, like this is the perfect bag and contents and cups.
yes.
For the meme.
Notice
and
our
again,
cups
for
are
the
different.
audio people, we have plastic cups
For
today.
the
hold on,
meme
hold
of anytime Colorado weather goes haywire, one of the classic things people say is, Colorado, go home, you're drunk.
Yeah.
Yep.
Maybe Colorado was drinking whatever is in this fucking.
And
I
with that
hope
being
so.
said, I'm going to go ahead and desheath these bourbons here.
Drum roll. For the audio, that bottle is plastic.
It also looks like it already came drunk.
Oh yeah, we had to taste it.
Had to.
So
Go ahead and put this back.
Is that second bottle Jack Daniels?
no,
No, it's not.
it is benchmark.
So today's bourbons we got. Again, guys, this is the whole idea of this is, we usually do fine bourbons. We usually do bourbons that, you're going to sit and sip on with friends, family at a slow night. Because of opening day tomorrow, we went ahead and got two tailgate bourbons is what we're gonna call them. We're gonna call them tailgate bourbons. The
They are.
bourbons that,
Very affordable.
yes,
Very affordable. Like
if you can't tell by
Put it
the-
this way: the one on the left, you could sneak into a Broncos game.
absolutely. And if they catch you with it, they're gonna feel sorry for you. And
They're
just be
laughing.
Like, okay,
Like, you know what? Just
you
go.
just
it.
go in,
Just
dude.
stop.
You
Just
got
don't.
bigger
You have
problems
larger
in life.
problems.
Just
Here,
fucking
and you know
go.
what? Just for the viewers at home, just to prove we're not full of shit.
yeah.
Give it the it's a plastic bottle test.
Woo.
And I think you might have just.
I think
broke
the
it.
bottle just broke.
He can't do the test.
Test 1, cap just broke. Test 2, plastic.
It's and it has a stopper. Open it up so they
I don't
can
know
see.
if I can. I
Hold
think I
on,
actually
JMO, flick the plastic bottle real fast.
like this.
Yeah, near the mic. Plastic. Glass.
One of them is glass. One of them's a little classier than the other, but not by much.
Not by much.
We're halfway
And
to a
with
homeless
good
band on
bourbon,
the
it
side of the
usually
street.
has a cork. It has some good bourbon has screw offs. That one has a stopper.
Do you know why these have stoppers? By the way,
I don't.
So you don't drink it too fast?
So you don't drink it too fast.
No, shit.
That is why they have plastic stoppers.
Yep.
And they're not even childproof, but
No.
they're there. So,
No.
yeah, this is.
And
I hate you guys.
normally we give you a luxurious background on these bourbons and the history of where they come from.
Not gonna do it.
This one, buy it for a tailgate. Have fun. Oscar, how did the guy sell these to you? What was it?
I went in and I said, I want something fun. I didn't even tell him opening day, all that stuff. I was like, something different, something fun. He goes, you want to know some good, cool facts about these two? And I was like, oh my God, bad regrets and decisions. He's like, no. The one that Jameson's holding, it's called Ancient Age. He
I don't
said,
even like engineering wise. I don't even know how this top broke off. That's how poorly made this.
because you're
cap
so
is.
manly, you broke it.
Like,
But he said the stuff that Jameson's holding, Ancient Age, that is a young
I
Blanton's.
know, I'm just gonna take
If you know bourbon, Blanton is very sought after.
Mm-hmm.
They have the horses in stride up top, and they spell out Blanton, and
Yeah.
it's a 70 to 80. It's up top.
Like,
$70
you
to
mean like a
$80.
top, like, a top
No,
like this?
that
Can I
might be
just write a
collectible.
B on it?
It could be. You
Give
can
me a
use it as
Sharpie.
chips.
Give me a
Poker
Sharpie.
chips. So, and for
There
the
it is.
for the audio, he broke the top, and it looks like a poker chip now. But anyway,
Just watch the YouTube video.
what
It'll
he's
all make
holding,
sense.
Ancient Age, is what he said, young Blantons. So obviously they take the stuff inside, they age it, and that's the same mash bill.
was it?
I'm not
30?
going to fact check it just because it's
Well, here's
you
the.
don't need to, but
If you guys want some irony, right? What Oscar just said, it's young blends, supposedly. It's ancient aged. And normally, when you get a bottle of bourbon or whiskey, it'll say age 6 years, age 3 years, age 5 years, age 18 years. This one, while they could have said 3 years, it just says aged at least 36 months.
At least
fuck
36
that
months.
thing's been aged 36 hours.
It's
least
ancient.
36
Like,
months.
if you were brewing this on, like, I think it's mercury, right?
Yeah.
Is like 8 times slower than.
Mhm.
Then yes, but right now.
We had
It's
to
gonna be
taste
fun
it.
to say
It's
the
been
least.
tapped into because we had to taste it.
And
It was
everybody's seen the second bottle we have here, which is the benchmark.
It is carefully distilled, boys and girls.
carefully.
By who?
Carefully.
Doesn't
But
say by who.
that's a
Just
subjective
carefully distilled.
Yeah.
Oscar, you were saying the benchmark was supposed to be closer to an Eagle Rare.
No, so the
blend?
benchmark is I believe a Buffalo Trace product.
Okay.
And it's a young Eagle Rare or something like that. So they're both young, and that's what makes bourbon a high quality, right? The aging process and the journey it takes. 3 years, 4 years, 10 years, 18 years. These are both very, very young. Like I said, that one tastes like it was
One
poured.
would say prepubescent bourbon.
Yes.
That's what
Yep.
it is.
Yep.
Damn, were we gonna have to register now?
Our voices are going
Get
to
these
also
toddlers
crack
out of our face.
Yeah.
So the benchmark is a Buffalo Trace product. It's supposedly young Eagle Rare, something like that. And the Ancient Age, same mash bill as
This one
a young,
says-
and they call it a young Blanton's.
So wait, I think this is an industry standard. This one, the benchmark 8, also says aged at least 36 months.
Oh, so they're twins.
They're twinsies.
Hold on, read the front label of the bottom of that one. What does that say?
Which part?
After all the alcohol volume, and
We love to hear from our customers.
we're gonna call that number.
Yeah,
We
I think
are.
We're gonna
have to
call them
this
and
number.
give
Hey,
it-
at least the age one has a number. Benchmark only has an email address.
What's going to be funny is that they also have an email address, and we're going to drink these.
Yeah.
We're probably going to get college wasted. We should probably be listening to what's that party? That party
Last
last
night.
night
No,
was
Asher,
awfully.
some Asher
Yes,
Roth.
we should be listening to that champagne.
Where's my millennials at?
and beer pong.
Yep.
So after this, we're gonna make some phone calls.
Right.
Listen,
And-
here's the deal. We're gonna taste it, right?
In some hopes that it's going to help out,
Yes.
I'm going to go ahead and pour these so they open a little bit.
I'm gonna drink my energy
Here, you
drink
can pour
because I'm
mine, too.
scared. Oh, I'm stuck. This thing.
But we
Help.
wanted to bring about a
I'm
whiskey
stuck.
that
Seriously. I don't know what happened over here. It's a bad omen. Don't drink this.
All
right, I'm good.
Stuck on his mic stand, everybody.
I gotta drink my Bang. Can I get sponsored by Bang? I drink a lot of Bang.
Bada bing, bada bang.
Bada bing,
So-
bada bang.
As we're pouring these out and dreading what's about to come here, like I said, today's episode is going to be a little bit more free form, a little bit more exciting about information around Colorado and
stuff
what we're
might
looking at
melt the
doing.
table.
You know, like related to opening day.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, opening day is a great place for
Hold on.
Denver.
I'm gonna interrupt really quick.
Oh, go ahead.
They have a stopper, not because they don't want you to drink it fast, but because, dude, you give it a squeeze, you drink it faster. It's kind of like a sports bottle,
one of
like
the Gatorade
runners.
sports bottles.
Runners going and just squeeze it. This is the athletic
So
bourbon.
if you got 20 minutes before you have to get to gate 3 to
yeah.
get into the Rockies
Start
game.
squeezing and chugging, squeezing and chugging. This is dangerous, man. What the hell are we doing? I'm
It's gonna
going
be
home.
a fun day. It's gonna be a fun day. But yeah, like I was saying,
Which one are we doing first? What do you got in your hand?
I'm blind tasting it.
I on the right, I got my benchmark.
This is my benchmark.
On the left,
Yeah.
I got the H&H.
All right.
Yeah.
Benchmark. Let's keep them the same.
Yeah, mine. This is benchmark. This is
Benchmark's
the
on left.
Yep.
age.
Okay.
Yep.
Right for me.
Oh.
Benchmark on the
There
right.
we go.
H&H on the left.
Yep.
All right. All right. So I'm going to let this open a little bit. But as I was saying earlier, today's episode, because it's related to opening day, downtown Denver, fun, exciting stuff, what we want to do is kind of just give you some cool information about Colorado in general. So we want to break it down a little bit and give you a little bit about the food and drink around Denver. And then we're going to talk a little bit about why people move here and why Colorado is one of the healthiest states in the country. And then we're going to kind of follow it up at the end just with some fun facts about the state.
Yep.
For
Right?
my Florida people, it's not all about the weed. Leave
Yeah,
us alone.
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, right. Well, and that's the whole thing too, right? I talked about it, the last week whenever I first moved here. Is a lot of people go, "Oh, well, why'd you move here?" The weed, right? No, Colorado is beautiful. Colorado has opportunities for so much.
Yep. And it's expensive, right? We've talked about the cost of living on a couple of different episodes, and we want to make sure you guys understand whether you're in Colorado and you haven't had a chance to experience the rest of the state, which a lot of people haven't, or you're out of state and you're saying, hey, you know what? Maybe I do want to move to Colorado. I don't know where to go, what to do. We want to shed some light on why you would want to move to Colorado, some of the things that you would enjoy in Colorado while you're here. We're talking national parks, we're talking speakeasies, we're talking taco places, we're talking opening day.
We actually have some good.
The liquor stores to find ancient age whiskey. All that we will cover.
We
for
have
you guys
we
today.
have fine dining
Yes.
too, and
Yeah.
Yep.
the arts. A lot of people don't talk about the arts.
Dude, yeah.
My wife's she taught ballet and she's into that, and we go to the ballet almost every year, once or twice.
That's
so
awesome.
We have a great performing arts center here. It's a great city. In the 80s and 90s, where we were a small big city, right? We were meat and potatoes, I'd like to say.
Yep.
So we didn't have a whole lot, but we did have in a small big city. We had the Denver Broncos.
Yep.
We had the Nuggets. So we had the stuff that the big cities had, but we didn't really have the robust entertainment factor of that. And I think that we suffered with bringing in a lot of athletes because they're younger. They want that.
Yeah.
LA, they all want to go to LA. LA has a
LA
lot of
and
cool
New York.
stuff. Now Colorado has a lot of fun stuff.
Yep.
COVID kind of kicked us in the butt about that, but we do have a lot of cool stuff here in
Yep.
Colorado.
Absolutely. And then with that being said,
No,
as
I haven't
you're
tasted it yet.
as you're going downtown, as you're doing things like opening day, you'll realize that not only does Colorado have so many options, but they're open to many options. I mean, you walk around Denver, you're going to find anything from Thai food to dumpling specialists, and there's so many different places that Denver offers for you to explore every aspect of what the cuisine has to offer.
Yep.
Great execution. I hate to use the term foodie because who's not a foodie? You eat to survive. But I rate food. I love to cook, not just in taste, but as execution. If it's not a lot of food, the execution and having the art in front of you. So I go to different kind of restaurants. Sometimes I just want to eat, and I don't care what it looks like. Just put the food in front of me. It tastes great. Sometimes I want to see something a little more put together and elegant, and we have that here in Colorado now.
Absolutely. I mean, with that being said too, for me moving out here, one thing that I didn't.
From New York, which they've always had upper echelon everything.
Well, and it's funny because when I went from New York to North Carolina, and I went from having a little bit of everything and it could be brought to me or I could walk to it, to a little bit of nothing and having to drive 10 miles to get something.
Yeah, they were like, you ain't from around here, is you?
Oh, when I started, absolutely. When I first moved there, it was where are you from, boy?
Yeah.
Why do you sound like that? Huh? And it's like,
Shut up.
I am from the north.
That's
where did you move in Colorado to? In Highlands Ranch, they don't sound like
no.
that. Right. Maybe out in Hugo.
And again, I love me some country stuff too. I get a little, dare I say, a little rednecky from time to time. So you showed my ice fishing picture.
Yeah, so
I love that stuff too. I was drinking Busch Light, and I have family down in Florida, so we have a lot of fun too. But again, with that, Colorado is a little bit encompassing of all that.
Well, and one of the coolest points for me when I'm moving here, especially going from New York to North Carolina, is Denver is a wonderful culmination of all the opportunity that you get. And what I mean by that is, even where I live, a little bit more North Denver and North Glen, anywhere you are.
Don't you dare call it North Denver.
Yes.
As a native, I will.
North Glen.
I will throw this battery acid on you.
Hey, Oscar, can you show me some houses in North Denver?
Yes, it's going to be Highlands. It's going to be over off of like 38th in Lipan.
Low-High, Rhino.
That's North Denver. What he's talking about, it's actually another county. It's Adams County, and it's northern Metro Denver. That's what that would be considered.
But what's cool is if you live anywhere on the I-25 corridor,
which I am the
going
specialist
around Denver,
believe it or not.
Right? If you live anywhere there, you have a awesome opportunity to get life, shows, sports, everything in the city, but then also you can retract into the mountains only 45 minutes to an hour and 25 minutes away. But, speaking of Denver and what it has to offer, there are amazing speakeasies that you can visit. And we're not gonna lessen their quality at all by talking about them while we're drinking these. But
no, the speakeasies are actually really cool. I mean, two of my favorites, Williams Graham and the Green Russell. Yep. And they're not bartenders. What do they call? Mixologists. And to the true form, they everything there they create. Their sodas are ingredients. They make them there, and their drinks are phenomenal. From their flips to their bourbon, it's good stuff.
I'm almost scared to sip these while I'm talking about these places because I don't want my brain to associate them with the flavor.
My brain's already mush when we tasted the first one.
Right. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip of this benchmark.
I haven't tasted it over there.
We did the ancient age.
He's gonna grab that blanket and go sleep under a bridge right now.
All right, here we go.
Bottoms up, boys.
It's lighter fluid.
It's not horrible, but I need a Coke backer.
You know what this reminds me of? Not the actual bourbon.
Waking up in a field.
Can I go get some Cokes?
That too. No. So like we're so used to, good bourbon, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to drink it and trying to find something. But I feel like I'm the person, speaking of art museums, that's looking at like a postmodern impressionist painting.
I'm gonna take my glasses off for just 1 second. My eyes are tearing up, and my ears are tearing up.
I'm trying to like interpret it because I'm on a date with a girl for the first time and impress her with my art knowledge, and all I'm doing is staring at like splatter paint. And she's like, "What's the deeper meaning?" And I'm trying to find it. I really am.
It's not there.
It's not there. It's not there, guys. Sorry.
It's not there.
This first date will have gone horribly.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is the.
It doesn't.
I see. What's funny is you see now why people begin not liking bourbon.
If this is the shit you're drinking, and I don't cuss much on this podcast, but if this is the shit you're drinking, I'm sorry. Let me introduce you to some quality stuff that doesn't cost that much money.
Old Granddad bonded for $29.
Well, and I was gonna say that this is we're gonna reveal the price point of these guys at the end, but it makes so much sense.
Larceny is gold compared to this.
Yes.
I will drink Larceny.
Does the plastic cup make it better or worse?
I don't know. I just think we might just have. I don't think there's anything.
I think we just got to take it for what it is.
All right.
Okay, and so, but again, let me retract a little bit and say, the flavor going in, right? Let's call it what it is. There's nothing there. With bourbon, you have these flavor profiles because of the aging process. These are two very young bourbons. Like I said, the one on the left, the Ancient Age, is a young Blanton's. Yes, that may be what it's going to end up, but that's That's the appreciation of the
Takes the
aging
time. Yep.
of the time that the good bourbon takes.
Mhm.
This is really young stuff, and you could taste it. It's almost nothing. It's mute, and then at the end you get all the shit that you don't want from bourbon right in your palate.
Well, just as an
and
example,
it's hanging hot and heavy in my gut.
just as an example, this is aged for half of the amount of time of the Smoke Wagon. Smoke Wagon was what, 6.5, 7 years?
I don't know how many months is that.
Yeah, right. Right. But 62.
Yeah,
no,
I think
72
it's a
months.
7-year age, 6 or 7 year age. on the
Yeah,
Smoke
and
Wagon.
this is half the life, and you can definitely tell. And what I was saying earlier about, like, you see how people get into bourbon, and they're like, "This is, I can't."
Well,
do it,
they'll
it's
go
too
buy the
hot."
cheap shit because they don't want to. They don't want to spend money they're not going
Exactly.
to like.
You're not, if you spend the money
And if
on
this is where you start,
it, I can see it. I can see why. Honestly,
I mean, they marketed it to their target audience, which is people that are going to take this to a tailgate, right? It's in a plastic bottle. You can throw it in a backpack. It's not going to break. You can take this tubing down a river during the summer.
Yep.
It's not going to break.
unless you screw the top on too tight.
Well, so that is just poor craftsmanship, okay?
well,
It's not.
I mean,
Listen,
they're not spending money on the aging process. They're not going to spend money on a glass bottle and
No.
or a good cap.
No.
Yep.
But if you want to spend X amount of dollars, which we will reveal later,
Yeah.
it'll get the job done.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not.
It's very
palatable,
specific what
but
that job is.
If you bring this to my house and we're sipping on this, I'm gonna be like, okay, you need to get the hell out of my house.
Yeah.
But
no,
if
I'm
you
not
bring
saying
this and we're gonna go do some crazy shit like opening day or
Yeah.
go run at the park and just be stupid, all right, we drink what we drink.
I feel like this should have been more of like a straight pull from the bottle than in a glass.
Oh yeah, this
Like,
is straight.
I think we even overdid it with the glass.
Turn it up.
This is straight pull from the bottle. Let's just get this thing done. We need to get drunk ASAP.
Yep. 100%.
And if you guys for those of you guys that are watching, and this just goes out to JC, we didn't desecrate your cup with
Yeah, man.
either
No,
of these.
we
We're
did
not
not
putting
pour
We couldn't
that
do
shit
it,
in
man.
there.
No.
You're still here, but we couldn't.
Not
we
gonna
couldn't
do
do
it.
it.
Couldn't do
We
it.
couldn't
to
do
you,
it.
bud. Sorry.
With that being said, opening day is not. I don't want to stigmatize it with what we're drinking. Yes, it's a tailgate party, but opening day is, at least for
It's
me,
an event, man.
It's an event. It's not just Rockies, because the Rockies. I mean, I went to the first Rockies game ever over at Mile High.
Yeah.
I'm a baseball player. I played my whole life. Obviously, unfortunate circumstances. I didn't get to play college and whatnot, but I'm a fan of baseball. The Rockies have sucked forever. I mean, we went to I think we won the pennant once. I was there.
Went to the NL.
It was crazy.
I got a
At the
funny
NL,
story about
it
that,
was
by the way,
fun.
we can
Yeah,
share later.
a fun story too. My cousin and I got tickets last minute. It was super cold. I was wearing my Boulder Gear jacket, which has tons of pockets. I snuck in a bottle of peppermint schnapps in the hoodie part of it. Bought some hot chocolate, and we got hot chocolate wasted.
There you go. Hot
It was
chocolate.
a great time.
I like it.
But anyway, so the opening day is they shut down a lot of the streets downtown.
Mhm.
It's a tailgate party at every big parking lot. I mean, all the businesses have specials. The whole city. I mean, a lot of people call in, and you just go downtown and party. It's a party day. It's
It's a party day. It's a people watching day.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun event.
It
I
is.
don't recommend you take your kids down there because there's a lot of drunk people. But
Yep.
it's a fun event. People we've started as early as 8 a.m. Another fun story. We started at my house, took some shots, drove an Uber down there, and we told the Uber driver, "Look, we've been drinking. If we're a little too loud," he goes, "No, I'm from Bavaria. We have a word for that." And I'm pretty sure that, if I'm butchering, I'm sorry. He said floor shopping. We're
Oh,
like,
yeah. Yep.
what the hell does that mean? He said that means day drinking.
Yep.
It's a thing in
Huh.
Germany.
Wow.
So it was fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Nice.
it's a fun event. It's a fun time. It's one of the coolest because we have the People's Fair. We have a ton of stuff going on downtown.
Yeah, you got
Opening
the
day
art
is-
festival downtown, the People's Fair downtown.
there's a
St.
ton
Patty's
of
Day is a
stuff
big
going
day,
on, but opening day is
Opening day is a
definitely one of
different
the
animal.
top ones
Yep.
to go to.
It
If
is.
you're ever in Colorado, opening day, it's a fun time.
And you get to meet some cool people.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
it's a lot
our
of
good
fun.
friend Shelby, he's always asking, what does Denver have? Because he's from, I don't know where he's
Seattle.
from, but he's lived in Seattle, and they have a street that's just long, kind of like Florida
Austin.
has those
Austin's got 6th Street.
right.
A lot of main drag.
San Antonio, all those cities
Mhm.
have the
Yep.
street that the bars are on.
The whole
Denver-
city of Denver is a bar.
That whole day, the whole freaking city
Yeah.
downtown is
Yep.
that bar.
Yep.
But even though Denver does have a block or two of bars here, a block or two, so it's kind of spread out.
Mhm.
Opening day, it's all one.
Yep. That's
If
awesome.
you're going downtown on a normal day, like you hit Market Street or Larimer Street
Mhm.
from about 15th to 23rd
Mm-hmm.
in that area, and you're going to find the standard bars. We've got Tavern, we've got the Dierks Bentley Bar. We've got Viewhouse,
Mhm.
Mile High Spirits. If you go
Jackson's
farther
Hole.
down.
Jackson's Hole is gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
Gin
Jackson's
Mill.
is crazy. Gin
Mexico
Mill.
City. It's a staple. It's old restaurant.
Mhm.
Not the greatest food, but
Mhm.
it's one of those. It's a staple. You gotta go down there, get them crunchy tacos, and go to
Well,
the game.
and what's the what? There's a restaurant that's right off the excuse me, I'm forgetting the name of it now, but there's a restaurant that's right off the railroad,
Mhm.
the train, that was the first liquor license in.
That's not the fort, but the post or post.
something like that. But
It's the first liquor license here in Colorado.
Yep.
And they serve game.
Yes,
You could-
I got rattlesnake queso
yes.
there.
Off of Santa Fe, you mean? Like
Yeah.
south of downtown?
Yeah, it's
No,
like
no,
right,
no. It's kind of by the light rail. It's over
Mhm.
in west.
It's
the-
by
the
Meow
West
Wolf.
Denver.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
It's gonna kill me.
You guys keep talking. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
They have Rocky Mountain oysters there.
Yes,
That's
well,
what
Rocky
they-
Mountain oysters. They have. I mean,
Well,
they
that's what
had
they're famous for.
alligator. They had
Yeah,
rattlesnake.
yeah.
It is a cool place because they even saved the original bar up top. And what's really cool about the bar, and it's killing me now that I can't remember the name of it.
The
Jameson's-
Buckhorn Exchange.
Buckhorn
Exchange.
Yes,
There you go.
That's what it is.
Very first liquor license in
yeah,
Colorado.
what was it? And
Denver,
it's,
Colorado.
and it's really cool because, like I said, they preserve the bar at the top.
Oh yeah,
It's been there forever.
since the 1800s.
Mm-hmm. So you can go in and it's really cool because there's actual like pictures
Yep.
of, it was just that building,
Mhm.
just barren landscape and just the bar.
I
And-
took Shelby down to the Brown Palace. Same thing. Back in
Yeah,
the day, the
yep,
Brown
yep.
Palace was, and you could still go there. It's a beautiful hotel.
Oh well, they
Tons
and
of
they
history.
do. They not only that, but they do tea days.
Oh yeah, I've
so
been
you
there
can
with
go
my wife.
you can go get tea, you can
Finger
get the big-
sandwiches.
yeah, exactly.
Pay too much for some champagne.
Yep, yep.
It's a classy. You
And-
got to go dressed. Well, you don't have to, but dress up and go.
And what's really cool, in Colorado, like as we said, they kind of accommodate a lot of people, right? And you wouldn't think that, cigar bars or something that's big, but the Brown Palace, they have the Churchill bar down there,
Mhm.
and that is also one of the original rooms from the Brown Palace Hotel.
So there's a tunnel. I have never seen it, but
Yep,
Fort
yep.
Ford says there's a tunnel
Mhm.
from the Brown Palace to this old home that it's still there across from the hotel. And there's a tunnel because that used to be a brothel.
Yep.
So politicians, whatever, come stay at the Brown Palace. They go there, they don't want to be seen, go over to the brothel,
Mm-hmm.
come
It's
back.
amazing how things don't change.
No, it's still there. I don't know if that
Wow,
place
way
is
to
still
stay
brothel or
timely.
not.
That was
But
good.
talking about the light rail,
Stormy Daniels. Or is that
Union,
Hush,
Union
money.
Station, they
Mhm.
redid it. It's
Yep.
awesome. I'm a big architectural nerd. I
Beautiful.
love old
All right, so
character
here, you
stuff.
know what? Let's do this, Oscar, because your downtown experience is probably obviously more than Charlie's.
Mhm.
He's a newbie, and it's a little bit more than mine, just because you're older. But what is?
I am older.
Hey, give me if somebody were to come visit from out of state, say, hey, I want to go to a restaurant downtown, and I want it to be like a Colorado experience. Where would you point them? Give me like one or two of your favorites.
That's tough. That one's tough because I am a native and I've been downtown forever, and things have changed so
Yes.
much. Because if I'm downtown, my favorite go-to, nice, classy place before the ballet, Garden Grace. Love.
Where is it?
Garden Grace. It's off of like 17th and Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Troy Gard, great restaurateur. He's kind of spread out. Garden Grace is like his elegant style.
Yeah.
He has El Chingon, which is tacos.
Yep. Love El
And
Chingon.
He has I think it was called the Sugar Mill. I don't think it's around anymore. It's all pastries.
Mhm.
He also had a burger joint.
Okay.
Can't remember that one. And he had another one, Tag. He has
Yep.
Asian fusion, which is also nice. But if you want Colorado, you go down to the Capitol Grill. You're on Market. Is it Martin Lerner Street?
Lerner Street. Yep.
And Lerner Square is super nice. That stayed up there. But like Colorado food, the fort. That's in Red Rocks.
Yep. The fort's cool.
It's a cool place.
Really cool.
Little huts.
You want to talk about feeling like old Western?
Yes.
The fort.
Old Western Colorado
Mhm.
kind of place. Downtown, it's kind of hard because it's a big turnaround.
It's cycling.
A
Mhm.
lot of stuff that didn't make it through COVID.
Yep.
And I used to be down there all the time.
Mhm.
And then obviously being from North Denver, back when it was not the Highlands, when it was pretty rough to hang out there. My grandma lived there forever. We'd go down there. I mean, Chubbies.
Chubbies.
Hate it or love it. For me, it's nostalgic. It might give you diarrhea and you might die in the morning, but it's the smothered fries, stuff like that. That's definitely always been Colorado.
So what you're saying is, if we went out to opening day, we pre-gamed with either of these two bottles,
Mm.
We'd be done by noon.
and then but then the next morning we're like, man, you know what? little hungover, we're a little slow, we got to hit up Chubbies.
Oh, absolutely, 100%.
Yep.
Well, and I'll tell you, for me,
Or
you know,
Denver Diner. That's another big one.
They shut it down.
Oh, that's right. He did shut it down. They did
Wow.
shut it down.
Denver Diner and
That's right.
Tom.
No, not.
There was the other one, Breakfast King. They shut
Yes.
that one
Yep.
down. And I think it's still open. Swift's.
Swift's is open, yeah.
Swift's is still open. That's a staple, old school.
It does suck that Denver Diner.
Off of Santa Fe, which Santa Fe Street is our art district.
Yep.
So there's a ton of art galleries there. The Colorado Ballet actually moved their headquarters there, so that's where they train off of Santa Fe. And it's a stone throw away from downtown.
Yep.
Denver.
well, and I'll tell you, for me, you know,
what?
yes.
Time out. I'm gonna go get a Coke. I can't do this. I can't.
And-
I'm sorry. I tried. I'm not going to. I'm gonna go get a ginger ale and or Coke.
You guys, Oscar's leaving. The bourbon made him walk off. But no, and Jameson, for your question, for me, what's you know, a regular visit for me is actually a place called Osaka Ramen.
Yep.
Right off of Market. Hands down.
Osaka Ramen is very good.
So
Yes.
good. And what's funny is for me, like, you know, coming from North Carolina, I just got barbecue shoved down my throat.
Yeah.
You know, so like there's a lot of Midwestern places here that I have surprisingly gone more towards the Asian cuisine.
Yeah.
And even there's a great kind of chain of restaurants here called Sushi Katsu. It's $32, all you can eat sushi. And I'll tell you, on a good like I need to eat day, 100% that's where I'm gonna go.
Are we we're going off on tangents, right, in this episode?
Yeah, we're
cool.
having fun this episode.
All right, so I want
He brought both. He brought both.
Now that Oscar's back.
You know what? And I don't really care. I'm just gonna do this. This is ridiculous.
I like it.
I was gonna say, you can't be upset. You can't be mad. You brought this on us, okay?
Yeah.
Charlie and I were here setting up,
Just
and you walked in with a brown paper bag and said, "Do you want the good stuff or the weird stuff?" And
Well,
they're both
we
weird.
got both of them.
Neither of them were good.
we got both of them.
All right. So one of the things in Denver that we've seen is an explosion of sushi restaurants.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I love sushi.
I have my favorites too.
Perfect. So I'll go first. I'm gonna give you my two favorite sushi places. If you guys are coming, well, there's no ice. If you guys come to Denver, here's the two places you need to check out. The first one is right off 16th Street in Larimer. It's called Blue Sushi. Couple reasons I like it. Number one, they have this roll called the Lion King that has shrimp tempura fried. It's phenomenal.
Mm.
I like it because their happy hour's killer. They got half off bottles of sake, half price glasses of wine, half price pints of Kirin Ichiban, and the sushi is like really, really well priced. I mean, you can get a really good roll for $17, $16. Cool atmosphere. You're right on 16th Street. You can eat there. You can go right across the street to a couple of the bars. It's a great place. Second one is in Cherry Creek. Sushi Izakaya. So
Okay.
it's Sushi Den.
Yeah,
owns-
Sushi Den. Yep.
Right, but
Don't-
they have Sushi Den, and then they have Izakaya.
Mm-hmm.
And Izakaya, I've been to both.
Yep.
I like Izakaya more.
Mm-hmm. Well, don't they fly their fish in?
Fresh
Yep.
daily.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh daily. I'll look up the address for you guys and drop it in the video.
Mhm.
There are, but this is the one in Cherry Creek off of like University and Second-ish, right? But the reason I like Izakaya is one, their rooftop patio that they have, their rooftop seating, is Asian themed, inspired, bamboo stalks, trees, very natural wood.
It's transformative.
Oak. Oh my God. It's amazing. Like you feel like you're walking into a spa,
That's cool.
and then you sit down and you order the sushi and you go, okay, this is really good sushi.
They have on point feng shui.
Oh my God. Their feng shui is,
I like
yes, it's amazing.
I like it.
It's amazing. And they've got one of the best Japanese whiskey flights that I've ever had.
Interesting.
And it's not expensive. And Japanese whiskey, if you guys haven't had it, we should do an episode.
yeah, we need to get some.
Actually,
in
we
here.
should do a sushi and Japanese whiskey episode.
We're gonna eat.
Bookmark that.
They also have a what is it? This margarita. My
Oh,
wife
yeah.
ordered. It's this weird fruit. Help me out.
Durian.
It's not the Buddha button, is it?
No, it's
Okay.
It was actually really good.
Yeah. So Izakaya is off of Pearl Street.
Yep.
Right. So it's a really cool neighborhood in general. They've got this little like probably two block.
That's what I was saying. That's one location then, because I know about Cherry Creek. So Pearl Street is a different
There's Pearl Street, and then there's the other one is
Because that's the one I've gone to.
off Florida and Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
There's one. I think there's one downtown.
Maybe. I've never been to that one, but the Pearl Street one's the only one I know, and by far that's my number one sushi.
Which across the street is what's it called? Sukiya Ramen.
Yep.
Also very good.
Mhm.
But it's a cool like little 2-block. It's busy because it's small,
Yep.
but it's not downtown.
It's a
Yeah.
neighborhood.
It's a neighborhood. Yes.
It's old Denver squares.
It's so good.
Yep.
Everything is very part of that community.
Yes.
Small community, local, everybody walks there.
Yep.
It's hard to find parking if you're going in there,
Mhm.
but Izakaya Den is by far my number one sushi place.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Period.
Mhm. Well, see, and it's funny because like for me, I'm very much like when I go eat sushi, I'm trying to like roll out, literally like lay on my side and roll out because I can't eat anymore.
I was like, are you trying to roll out the sushi?
No.
or-
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so the reason I
Yeah.
yes well the reason that
you
I
become the
bring
sushi
up,
roll.
reason that I bring that up is because that what I said sushi katsu.
Rama.
Yeah, you have sushi Rama.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You just pick the sushi.
Yep. Well, and then sushi katsu as well is it's $32. You eat all you can eat, right?
And sushi katsu is where again?
I mean, they have Lakewood, Littleton,
Right.
multiple, Aurora. Yep. They just have a lot. And for me, it's funny because when I went to Izakaya, okay, I might have to double up on that.
It goes with the tailgate.
Yeah, might have to double.
I've
up.
gone too far.
Um,
I'm just going straight.
I've gone too far.
You're gonna start taking pull from
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
I've gone too far.
Yeah.
It's that, I've reached the point of no return.
But yeah, so it's for me. It was I went to Izakaya and it was almost like I didn't feel like I had the right to eat that sushi.
Right.
It was that's how good it was.
It is
You get
fantastic.
one roll, yes, comparative pricing, but understand that like Izakaya is top notch sushi versus sushi katsu is I don't want it to kill me.
25, 35
Yep.
bucks to eat,
Yep.
something like that.
Tastes okay, tastes
Yep.
good. You get nigiri, you get rolls, you get appetizers, all that kind of stuff. That's where I go because again, I want to roll out.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If you want to feel like you're in Japan eating sushi
Mm-hmm.
fresh from the Pacific Ocean,
Now,
Izakaya Den.
If you don't feel like going into somewhere that's like Izakaya's a little high, it's high.
it is high.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
High.
Yep.
If you don't want that feel, cool vibe. They play hip hop most of the time. Their mascot, whatever, is a transformer looking dude, Voltron. Hapa sushi.
I love Hapa.
Yes.
I do love Hapa.
Mhm.
Awesome.
So they have one of the best rolls on the planet.
Kids.
Do you know what that roll is called? What's your favorite roll, Hapa?
My favorite roll at Hapa is the double orgasm. And
Multiple orgasm.
and their foreplay.
Yes.
Nice.
So their sushi is,
Sounds like a lot
they
of
try
fun.
to change it. It's very sexual, their menu. But they tried to change it for a while. It didn't work. It went back to
No, because people sit there. Anytime somebody goes, I've never been to Hapa. What should I get? Multiple orgasm roll.
boom.
Well, and what's funny is,
Amateurs.
this entire episode we've just been throwing out names, right? And as you guys can tell, Denver has a lot
Yes.
when it comes to food and drink. So like, we'll try and cap everything that we said, put it in the description so you guys can just click on it and find it if you're coming to visit or anything like that. But you would think that a place that has such good cuisine and food and drinks and as many breweries as they have, calories in general,
More breweries than we do Starbucks.
right? Like as many calories as you can get in Denver, you would think, oh, everybody there is just fat and rolling around.
Mhm.
Nobody's good. Damn right. What was it, Jameson? What
Fourth.
number? Fourth, right? So
Number one.
screw them. I don't care. They could be number one, but they don't have what Colorado has, and that leads me into
And if it's Utah, you ain't got no.
right. And if that leads me into my favorite thing about the state, and since I moved here, I've honestly why I say this state saved my life is because when I first moved here, I was almost 300 pounds, right? And I remember I went to
It's facts. I knew him when he was 300 pounds.
I didn't know him, but I'll tell you what, Charlie, you are.
Thank you.
300
Thank you.
pounds, and 100 of it was his hair.
Yeah, yeah. I'll see if I can throw a picture of him.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
was,
yes, we did.
100%.
We had the Big Lebowski.
Yeah,
Is what it was.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw him up on the screen for you guys. But for me, it was like when I say Colorado saved my life, it was legitimately. I went and did a hike at. It wasn't Red Rocks, but the hike is called Carpenter's Peak, and it's a state park. And I started walking, and the incline was like this, like no kind of incline, maybe 30 degrees, 25 degrees incline. And I started walking up it, and I couldn't breathe. I couldn't do it, right? And a lot of people, oh, altitude, yes, but I was fat, I was unhealthy, 100%. But then as I'm doing that, I literally just turn to my right, and I'm looking at one of the most beautiful pieces of nature in the world, which is the Colorado Rockies. And if I can't do this hike, how the hell am I going to do that? Right. And what's beautiful about Colorado is not only, anywhere you are, you can see the mountains and they are going to trump you. They're going to remind you of how small you are and insignificant in the grander scheme of things.
And the, what's the word? Patient? The first.
Yes.
The front part of when you see in the Metro, that's just the beginning.
Yes, exactly.
Right in there.
Yep.
I mean, literally, you could be anywhere in the Denver metro area, 45 minutes west, like 70 or 285.
You're in.
Yep.
Yep.
And you're talking to. I'm quite opposite. I used to be in phenomenal shape, six pack and whatnot. I'm a little soft now, but I have summited.
Yeah.
All of the front range.
Yep.
Here in the Denver metro.
And there's
all of them, including longs. I did longs, all of them.
Well, and you hear Colorado, right? 14ers, right?
All the 14ers. But you know what? Don't look for the 14ers.
No.
Some of the best views I've ever had were non-14ers.
Yes.
There were 13ers.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Best lake, because you go anywhere in the mines, you're starting off at 8,000 already.
Well, and let me go ahead.
Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
Tough Mudder was in Beaver Creek.
Yep.
13 miles back when I was in good shape. 13 miles, 37 obstacle courses. In Beaver Creek, you started at 8,000. I think you finished at 13.
Well, and let me go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and spitball for you guys here and just kind of give you a list of why, right? So first off, Colorado is home to 4 national parks. We have Rocky Mountain National Park, we have Mesa Verde, we have Great Sand Dunes National Park, and Black Canyon. Great Sand Dunes, I will tell you, one of the most spiritual experiences I've ever had in my life. Hiking out, camping in there, gorgeous. On top of that, not only do we have those national parks, but within the state, Colorado has put together an inventory of trails. So you can go onto a website, we'll link it in the description again, over 36,000 miles of trails. That's hiking, biking, camping, open, off-roading. Yep, all of it.
Jeep trails.
Yeah.
Those are totally different. I used to be part of, my buddy Danny, he's a mechanic. He's one of the coolest rock climbing Jeeps I've ever seen. I would go with him all the time, so I know a lot of the Jeep trails are crazy cool Jeep trails where you're scaling almost vertical boulders to get to the top of the summit. We have a lot of cool stuff. With that said, I want to admit, I've never been to sand dunes.
Really?
I'm native.
See,
It's crazy because we have Rocky Mountains, we have all this wilderness, forest, all this stuff, rivers, sand dunes, totally different terrain.
I will tell you that it was one of the most surreal experiences I've ever had. And that's the thing, you see pictures of it, you go, oh, cool, sand dunes. But we hiked in, we backpacked. So we slept in there, we hiked in there. One of the hardest hikes I've ever done, because you're just every one step is 3 steps because you're going up sand, right? But oh yeah, it's wild. But it's also been voted actually the newest dark sky park in the country. So what that means is there's less than, I think it's 98% light pollution. That was the first time in my life that I had seen the Milky Way with my bare eyes.
Dude, you're from New York.
Right? No, nothing. People saw stars in New York one time and they thought they were UFOs. That's how bad it is.
In New York about 7 years ago. No, 6 years. My son's 5. I was in New York.
I'm combining these now.
And there is no doubt, because you see TV. New York is the city that never sleeps. I was like, what about Vegas?
Yeah.
Vegas? No, I've been to Vegas. I've been to Vegas on Thanksgiving.
Nothing Trump, nothing.
Dead. I went to New York. It was in October. We went to Broadway. We did all that stuff. But the first day, I was like, you know what? I woke up at 3 in the morning.
Yep.
Look out the window. There was as many people on that damn street as when I went to bed.
Yep.
That city is bustling.
Yep.
Manhattan. I was over in Times Square. So it was freaking crazy. So to go from something like that to Colorado, being a native, night and day. And again, I am native to the T. I snowboard, I hike. I mean, it was my mission to hike all the 14ers here in the state.
Yep. I still got to get on one.
I got married, I had kids, and life took a turn. But I did all the 14ers, 13ers, all the trails that are about an hour to 2 hours from here. I was down in the western slopes. My next step was the Sangha de Cristo Mountains, the implements or whatever. I was going to do those. There's a couple 14ers here.
Grays and Torres. Well, and
you
fun.
Can do both 14ers in one day. You saddle back to the other one, and it's done. So there's 2 trails, 2 different peaks, and you can do it. My number one that it's my crown of glory is
Yes.
Long Peak's a long one.
Mm-hmm.
People die on this trail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not because it's super hard. It's because these mountains have different climates.
Well, and not only that, but you could, I mean, just as an example, when you're driving into Denver, Boulder on 36, you come over, you see 3 peaks. You see Bears Peak, and then an immediate one right next to it. What people don't realize is there is such an elevation gain between just Front Range and then the mountains that you can be totally clear and okay down low, but then you get on something like Bears Peak. Now you're in lightning territory. A storm can move in within 5 minutes.
Well, here's
You gotta check out the forecast, and you gotta start long.
Yep.
yeah, that's the pro tip.
3 to 4 in the morning.
Yep.
I actually started at 6, but the guys that I was with, they're animals.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys go off grid for months.
It's
Our
incredible.
Suicide.
Yeah.
We actually got up there. I won't tell you. There was a story behind that, but we got up there by 11. You need to be off that mountain by noon
Mm-hmm.
because weather comes in, lightning strikes, it starts hailing on us.
Yep.
And then you're talking about 12,000 or 1,200 foot drops.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna die. And
Yep.
That's why people die. Not being prepared
Mm-hmm.
and not being cautious. You gotta respect the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pro tip. If you guys, so a couple things. There's 53 14ers in the state of Colorado.
Yep.
Okay. That is part of what makes up essentially, if you take the United States as a whole, 75% of any land over 10,000 feet in the U.S. is in this state. Okay.
Yep.
Which
Well,
is insane.
Yep.
I climbed Longs Peak 3 times.
Did you summit 3 times?
Twice.
Dude.
We had to turn back once because we got to the needle hole. And this, to your point, what happened was the keyhole. I apologize. We got to the keyhole, we got to the keyhole. So,
And there's a nun's,
the little hut that you shelter in. So there's 2 things, right? With Longs Peak specifically, Oscar's right. You got to get off the mountain by 1 o'clock in the afternoon. We started all 3 times we tried to summit. Twice we were successful. We started at 3 a.m. Got to the summit at about 10. It's about a 7-hour hike in, 6-hour hike back. Like it's a 13-hour day. It's a lot, right? So one, you got to be prepared, hydrated. When I was 24, I did it hungover. I don't know how. I couldn't do that now. But the one time we didn't summit was because of what Oscar just talked about. You get to the keyhole, and before the keyhole, you pass what's called the boulder field.
Mm-hmm.
And the boulder field is boulders the size of small cars.
And there's crevices that you
Go down.
Right. But in the boulder field, when we were climbing it, it was 60 degrees and sunny. You get to the keyhole, and we're talking the keyhole, guys. If you're looking at this table, the keyhole from one side of the mountain to the other side, so basically from the west side of the mountain to the east side of the mountain, is about this wide. You go through the keyhole. We went from 60 and sunny to 37 and 90-mile-an-hour winds, and we looked at it and we went, "Yeah, we're not going to make it."
With after the keyhole, I'm going to say 15,000 foot drop.
Oh yeah, easily.
And then you go to the
Well, not 15. They're 14. They're 14ers, but they're you'll die. You'll die.
Like I said, that's
1,500 foot, yes.
coming
Yeah.
from a hiker that I hiked
Yeah.
a lot.
Yep.
There was a lot of hiking going on in my life. At that point, I've only summited once. We only tried once, but there's a lot of avid hikers that have never summited long speed.
Yeah, Longs Peak is tough.
Did it twice. That's an
Yeah,
achievement.
Longs Peak.
Oh, yeah.
I did it once with my dad, who was at the time, I think he was 56.
That's incredible. Well, and then you have other things too, right?
Summiting longs is an
And just and on the note of the peaks and stuff like that, you also have things like Manitou Incline, which is right. You got over 2,000 steps. You're going straight up within a mile and a half.
Nope.
Within a mile and a half.
achievement down there.
Yep. You go up 2,100, 2,200 steps. It's hard. It is a hard thing to do. But then on top of that, you also have the Colorado Trail. The Colorado Trail is
That's an interesting one.
it is
It's a cool
yes.
trail.
Well, and what's cool about the Colorado Trail is you start around Denver area, and that hike goes over 450 miles through the mountains. You go up through Breckenridge all the way back down, and you end up in Durango,
And when
Colorado.
you say kind of endeavor, it's kind of far because
Yeah.
there's 2 major highways that go into the mountains.
Mhm.
One is 285, where it takes you to South Park. I know a lot of people out there that's not from Colorado. You've seen South Park, the cartoon. It's an actual place, South Park, Colorado. Those guys are from there. So if you take 285 down, you're going to go through Bailey, Bonnie. I've actually sold houses.
Indians Creek.
I know Bailey well. Shout out to Ed Hazley. He actually lives there. Bailey's beautiful, and then you get Shawnee, and then you go down to Fairplay.
Fair Play's gorgeous.
You go past Fairplay, and then the Colorado So it is about an hour and a half outside of Denver, but it's a different way to go into the mountains. And the Colorado Trail connects there into I-70, which is the other way to get into the mountains. And the Colorado Trail is beautiful. If you can hike it during fall,
So
when the leaves change, it's amazing. It's like better than any
I will tell you. So me and my best friend, we hiked sections 3, 4, and 5 in August, hands down. And I'll throw some pictures up on there. One of the most amazing visual experiences I've ever had in my life. Just going, you're walking through, and then that's the whole thing. People don't recognize, like, they think mountains, and it's just mountains. It's just peaks. There are lakes, ponds, meadows. Like
down that same highway is 11 mile.
Yep.
You can get through 285 and 925 through Colorado Springs, but that's one of my favorite lakes to go ice fishing.
Yes. And pro tip, if you're coming to visit Colorado, if you're moving to Colorado, there's an app called All Trails. Download All Trails. Hands down, the best app for hiking. It has reviews, photos, and difficulties.
We'll link it.
Yeah,
because it also gives you the difficulties in the trails of the 14ers.
Yep.
Yeah.
But All Trails is free, and I recommend that to anybody. It has guided me to over.
4x4 trails.
Yeah. Well, it's guided me to over 300 miles of trails that I've done since I moved here in the last 5 years.
Well, and I think that's the crazy part to me about Colorado, right? Is we talk about where we live, Denver metro area, and there's things to do between Fort Collins and Colorado Springs, even down to Pueblo if you go to Canyon City.
Yep.
Royal Gorge Bridge is another really cool place. If you want to visit, Ted Kaczynski, you can go to Florence, Colorado, and go look at Manitou Springs is Cave of the Winds.
All right, so we have Colorado Springs, but Manitou Springs actually has springs.
Yep.
Like 8 of them, and you can drink out of those springs.
But the crazy part is that's all in the Denver metro. If you go into the mountains, one, because you obviously can't go straight from point A to point B.
Yep.
So it takes a while to explore. But I talk to people all the time that, have never gone to St. Mary's Glacier. It was Glacier, now it's St. Mary's Alice.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, they've never been to like the Idaho Idaho hot springs.
Yep.
The point is, like,
Spring.
if you guys are coming into Colorado, one of the most amazing parts of the state, and Tommyknockers Brewery.
Colorado style pizza.
Yeah.
Get that honey, baby.
An alcoholic place up there.
Hell yeah.
We'll talk about Evergreen. Evergreen has one of my favorite bars.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for the community spotlights.
Yes. But it is
Definitely do Evergreen.
the point is there's so many places to explore. There's so many things to climb. There's so many trails, and you could talk to 15 different Colorado natives and get 15 different favorite places to go. We'll try and link what we can on this channel. And I'd love to go out. And if you guys want us to say, hey, go take videos here and there, like, we'll go.
Well, check out, I was going to say,
I'll do a podcast on top of Grace Peak. I don't care. We have a mobile recorder.
We will maybe do a podcast on the longs.
Dude, that would actually be
crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, that might be a cool idea.
Let's try it.
All we need is the microphones and the recorder. That's it.
If I could do longs
Let's do it.
Fuck it.
My dad did it at 56.
did it twice. There's people that have tried
Yep.
numerous times and never
Yep.
summoned that down.
I'm down.
There is one.
It really is.
There is one that I want. I'm gonna send it to Charlie so you can throw it up on the screen.
I have video of longs too. I'll throw it to you.
Oh no, I forgot the name of them. Okay. Anyway, we'll link it. But there is a 14er that has this section, Capitol Peak maybe, and it is essentially a triangle, and on each side it's a 4,000 foot drop. But you don't need climbing gear; it's just a ridge that you saddle. And
Summits aren't very big.
but there's some that I will not do. That is one of them. I will not do it.
We'll talk a little bit about one of the mountains, and then we'll dial it back into Denver. But Manitou Springs was a cool little find that we decided.
It's a little hippie place. I love Manitou.
I mean, you got Garden of the Gods, which you can
Yep.
drive through it.
Yep.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Spires and stuff like that.
I'll be honest with you. I think Garden of the Gods is the biggest tourist trap in the country.
It is. I was gonna-
I'm sorry.
If you're into touristy things and you don't want to get out of your car, drive that thing.
No,
It's super cool.
I hate it. I'm sorry.
My coolest thing with Manitou
I
Springs,
can't.
one is the Cliff House.
Mhm.
We stayed there.
Yeah.
Awesome place, cool story. You're staying in an old Victorian room with all the amenities and very plush and luxurious. And they have Cave of the Winds. If you haven't done
Cave of the Winds is awesome.
Awesome. It's very touristy, but
Mhm.
you definitely go into these caves. You're on
Yeah.
flashlights. You have a tour guide, and you're in there.
Yeah, it's cool.
And then
That's
you
real
wanna
cool.
see total darkness and quiet. They turn everything off.
Mhm.
And it is crazy.
Yeah, if you guys aren't from Colorado, so Manitou Springs is essentially northwest of Colorado Springs by about 3 to 5 miles down Highway 24.
Southwest of Denver.
So,
About
yeah.
an hour and a half.
But cool area. It's a very small town. One of my favorite fondue restaurants is down there, Mona Lisa.
Go down there, and it's a worldwide thing now. So Manitou Springs does this thing called the Coffin Race.
Oh yeah.
During October. So folklore says there was a woman that went down there and set up a woman's clinic down there because one of the springs is high and rich in iron. So they were taking water out of that spring, which throughout the little city of Manitou, which is like a 2-lane street, it's a small place. There's about 8 springs, and you taste them. It's like Alka-Seltzer water, and it's crazy because if you're a paleontologist or some nerd like I am, this water has been around since the dinosaurs. Right?
Well,
it comes up, and it has minerals and all these good properties. So she set up shop up there, and when she died, she wanted to be buried there. Well, where her spring was, it was high in iron, so it was a very shallow grave because you can't dig into
Right.
it.
Yeah.
So it was a shallow grave, buried her, done. Well, a big storm came in around August, uprooted the coffin, and it slid into town. So now it's called a coffin race, and you start at the top of the mountain, and you drive whatever the hell contraption you want to do.
It's like the Red Bull Flutogs. Yes.
Well, and what's funny is
you dress it up, you get it kind of Halloween-y, and you just drive downtown and you eat shit.
See, Colorado has so many things like that, and that's the beauty of it.
We get people from like Scandinavian.
And that's
come do this.
And that's what I was gonna say.
You gotta make sure you're ahead of time and reserve a place to stay and get there early because once it starts, you're not driving your car.
Or you're behind the times you're already buried, and you just hope that a storm comes in and floats you down.
So you definitely have to reserve a spot and make sure. But it is one of the coolest things ever. The coffin race in Manitou Springs, super freaking cool.
All right.
The rest of the world does it.
So this is where, and on your point, I want to do you guys justice, so I want to make sure I get this right. But on fun days, right? Colorado celebrates also a Frozen Dead Guy Day. Okay? And this is because a Norwegian...
This is like a Weekend at Bernie's story.
And Norwegian's like, it's in my household.
Right?
I married a Norwegian woman, so...
So what they do is, the story is a Norwegian man brought his grandfather's cryogenically preserved corpse to Nederland, Colorado.
Yep.
And since then, Frozen Dead Guys Day has become an annual wacky celebration of the dead man. And there's a polar plunge, a hearse parade, a coffin race.
Yeah, this is fun.
Yeah,
it's a tiny little city.
Well,
and live music almost at every bar. It's a super cool little city.
And on your note, one thing that people don't realize, and again, if you guys can't tell, like, I love Colorado because of the nature. Like, again, Colorado saved my life, and I am indebted to the Rocky Mountains. One thing that people don't realize, though, well, the Rocky Mountains, and what a lot of people don't realize is, well, you mentioned it earlier, the reason they're so mineralistic is because they are the youngest mountains on the planet. Okay?
I don't know, man. That John Denver was full of shit.
So basically, what makes the Rocky Mountains so gorgeous and why we're so lucky to experience it in the time that we do now is because they're so young that how fast they sprung from the planet, how fast those plates collided and threw the rocks up. Yep, is why they are rocky. They have not had the time yet to disintegrate and have the land grow over them. That is why when you go to a place like Long's, you get to the top and it is an experience out of something like the Lord of the Rings.
You're above the clouds.
Where exactly, and you look at it and you go, wait a second, a mountain is just a bunch of rocks stacked on top of each other. Like, that's how young they are. We can still see how it was thrust up and then just kind of settled. And when you talk about things like the minerals, we had a gold rush in Colorado that happened after California. And fun fact, go to the Natural Science Museum here in Denver, and you can actually see and hold Tom's Nugget, which is one of the largest intact golden nuggets in the world.
I had a role here in Colorado. They make you do plays, and my role in the play was there's gold in them there hills of Colorado.
It's also a great Kraft macaroni and cheese commercial.
I love it.
That was
Right.
my role.
That's
Back in
awesome.
1986.
That's awesome.
1988.
I was 3.
I wasn't thought of yet. So I'm sorry, Oscar.
In my role, I came out there as a gold miner. I was like, "There's gold in them there hills of Colorado," and that was it. I'm done.
Can I just say,
Coke makes it better.
not only it's not that it makes it better, but like
Why are we pretending?
no. It's not that it makes it better. It makes it right.
Right.
Let me just put it like
Yeah,
that.
that's
It's kind of like, all right, and I'm sorry, Jack Daniels. I know you're a staple within the whiskey bourbon world, but Jack Daniels belongs in Coke and or ginger ale, and I think this is where these
Yeah.
fit. But
This is
at the end of the day, I will drink these two neat over Jack Daniels.
Mhm.
A lot. I have to go get a Coke.
well,
If I'm gonna finish this podcast, I wanted to.
well, and you know what's really cool is we're at about an hour now.
I'm starting to forget everything.
Well, no, and that's what I was gonna say. We're at about an hour now, and the bourbon has, I will say, done its job. We structured, maybe. Informational, maybe. But I enjoy talking with you guys. And
Listen,
and
man,
sipping
here's the
on it.
deal. I think if
No,
no, I think we're good. It's fine, right? If the people don't want to watch, you guys can turn this off. No big deal.
Huh.
I think the point of this episode is to ingrain upon anybody that's looking to move to Colorado, who's lived in Colorado and hasn't
Mhm.
explored. I want to make sure you guys understand how passionate
So
we
much.
are about this state and all the different things that we can do. Right?
I could legitimately cry about how much I love this state.
I challenge you to set us to go do something that we haven't done already.
Put it this way. Colorado is the only in
Oh shit! I thought I had something. My wife says I'm gonna challenge her.
it's the only like major metropolitan city in the continental United States, actually in the United States, that has access within 3 hours of like 14,000 foot mountains.
Not only that, so
You know what I'm saying? That to me is insane because you are having this. And again, if you guys have never climbed a 14er and everybody goes, "Oh, I just climbed a mountain," do it. And oh, by the way, let us know. I'll go with you.
Well,
I'd-
all
but-
right, hold up. I'm gonna go ahead and just.
I'm
I
gonna
did check out the channel because I did a whole episode on the marijuana industry here in Colorado. But
I think
hold on.
mushroom soup.
Well, yeah, right. But I'm
just-
gonna
this is
hold
just
on.
pivoted.
I'm gonna look directly at the people here. There is nothing better than hiking a 14er, taking out either a pen or joint, sitting down, lighting it up, and enjoying the moment and being in the moment. Because, and again, you guys can tell I'm a little bit more spiritual. I'm a little bit more on that hippie side. But when you're able to just be in the moment on top of a 14,000 foot mountain or even 13, there is nothing better than that for your soul.
2 reasons: accomplishment,
Mm-hmm.
because it is an accomplishment.
Yep.
You feel accomplished and great, and 2,
Yes.
you can't pay.
No.
someone to get you there.
You're on top of the world.
You have to
Yeah.
earn it.
You're on top of the world. You got to earn it, and you're on top of the world.
Earn it.
Yep.
Get yourself
Also,
out there,
I'm just gonna
you earned it, and then the scenery is like reward.
Mhm.
quick
It's a
disclaimer:
full experience.
if you hike Long's Peak,
Oh, dude.
hold on. If you hike Long's Peak, maybe the weed pen's not the greatest idea. And I only say that
If you're weak.
because of the narrows. The narrows are tough, okay? And I'm
He did it twice.
the narrows are tough.
It's not something to
No, the narrows are tough. If you go Grays, you go Torres, you go Mount Democrat, you go Mount Beardstadt, Mount Evans, whatever. I'm just saying, if you go down the narrows and you're feeling good and spiritual, just understand that if you are
no.
spiritual, wait, hold on, listen. If you are spiritual and you're feeling that way and you go down the narrows and you slip, you will find whoever you're looking for. Okay? You will. I'm just saying. You will.
Oh man.
Good, bad, or indifferent. You will find whoever you're looking for.
Smoke a doobie and come down, you're gonna fucking die.
Yeah, you'll find who you're looking
Challenge
for.
accepted,
Yep.
boys.
Fucking die on these mountains.
Yep.
Challenge accepted. Well, no, and it's funny because
Disclosure: don't fucking get high up top of Summit Long's Peak and then expect to come down.
Me
and
too.
you're dead. Fuck that.
Yes.
Seriously,
Challenge-
it's that dangerous.
challenge accepted. I like it. Well, no, and it's funny
I'm gonna
because,
carry him on my back like a shit.
but it's funny because, like, again, yes, Jameson, you're totally right. A disclaimer is Mother Nature will humble you more than anything else in the world. And,
Oh, dude,
and
it's-
I will tell you, using all trails, you talk about the hardness, right? I had an experience where I went and I hiked a mountain. It said hard. All trails, yeah, you got people who are 60 plus on there. If it says hard, it might be hard for them. Me and my buddy took a bottle of Gatorade.
Oh, sure, 100%.
We went,
100%.
we went up there, right? It was the first time in my life that I was passing out while contemplating dialing 911.
Right.
So we have a couple things. I'm going to go ahead and elaborate on that. The way I was taught, and I am a native, and the way that I hike my mountains is I'm always prepared. What does that mean?
You have to be.
You'll never find me hiking any of my mountains or going anywhere in the wilderness of Colorado with just Gatorade.
I learned that lesson.
Dude, my respect for him if he did it, but me, I have
No,
at least minimally a 45-liter backpack, water, food, freeze-dried food for at least 2 days, fire starting, water filtration system. I have survival gear. I pack a firearm. I always hike with minimally that gear on my back.
If you have
No
all
matter
trails,
what summit I'm going to summit.
if you have all trails, look up, the mountain was called Blodgett Peak. Blodgett, all right? People use it to practice for 14ers, but legitimately, if you have all trails, look at it. But as we were hiking, and I'll never forget it, we're hiking up, and it was probably a native, a guy who lived there, right? Me and my buddy are hiking up, and we're going. We look over to him. We got to a point where we weren't really sure on the hike, and we were like, "Hey, man, are we going the right way?"
Yeah.
And the guy just 2 poles, nice little hiking cap. He's walking on the rocks. He just looked over to us and goes, "Yeah, go for it." When I tell you guys,
Not helpful.
I blacked out twice coming down from that
The
mountain.
other thing I would say, altitude sickness. It's a thing.
People don't know. Yeah.
You start off under 10,000 feet. You start hiking up further up. You hit 10,000 feet. Altitude sickness.
It sets in.
Dehydration
Drink water.
and altitude.
Yep.
It starts giving you a massive, nasty headache.
Mhm.
You're gonna pass out. Your I don't know if it's electrolytes or what, but your blood sugar, I don't know what it is. It drops, and you literally feel like you're gonna pass out, and you're gonna get the fucking worst hangover headache you've ever had in your life.
Well, and you know what's
Take some
funny?
Advil with you if you've never had it, just in case.
I love the fact that this episode has been exactly what we thought it would be.
100%. 100%.
Right? Well, yeah, not
100%.
even a shit show, just a
100%.
smorgasbord, guys. We overloaded you with a bunch of stuff about Colorado.
And before we leave the mountains, Abyss Lake, you gotta check it out. It's not a 14er, but it's a beautiful. If you make it there, it's a long loop.
Mhm.
And I've done 3-day backpacking trips. I've slept in a bivvy. Some of the most beautiful places I've ever seen. You can't, unless you're gonna be helicoptered in. You have to
backpack. Yep.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
3 days in, 3 days out. You're done. I've done it all. Abyss Lake encompasses a lot of that, a lot of traversing.
Mhm.
Then you get a lake at the top. It's kind of long, but it's not going to be as dangerous
Mhm.
because there's no. If you sprain an ankle and die at Abyss Lake, you're going to get slapped in the face. Longs, you're going to die.
Spoken as a true Colorado.
So you go up Abyss Lake, you're gonna end up at a lake. It's beautiful. I think it's the Bowl of Evans. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And then you hike back, but it is a long. I think it's 20 miles total loop.
Mhm.
I may be a little bit off, but it's a beautiful non-14er.
Yep.
There's tons of non-14ers here in Colorado.
No, you guys, we could do an entire episode
Oh.
We could do a
on-
series.
on trails, right?
Right.
Right. No, we could. So I'm going to give 2 things.
Mhm.
If you're listening to this, you're like, wow, that sounds amazing. No way in fucking hell I'm going to hike a 14er. There's 2 roads that are the
Yes.
highest paved roads in the
Mhm.
United States
Mhm.
that go to the top of 2 14ers. Mount Evans
Yep.
is number 1. It's about a 2.5 hour drive up.
You can hike or drive it.
You can hike or drive it. You can also hike Beardstadt in the same breath. And then Pikes Peak down in Colorado Springs.
Mhm.
Both of them will take you to the summit of 2 14,000-foot peaks.
Mhm.
Pikes Peak being probably one of the most famous 14ers in the
Yep.
world.
America the Beautiful, baby.
They do, yes. They do a rally race up to the top of Pikes Peak, which is absolutely insane. If you guys haven't got a chance to watch it, look it up on YouTube. It's the Pikes Peak rally race is insane. Those are 2 ones that you can actually take and just drive to the top of the 14er. And the crazy part is, if you drive, there's a chance you see mountain goats, bighorn sheep,
Yep.
bears. I've seen
Bighorn sheep, which is, by the way, the official animal of the state of Colorado.
Yep, exactly. And then the
What's the flower?
The Columbine. Yep.
What's the dinosaur?
Oscar. What?
Not Oscar.
We got a state dinosaur. That's fucking cool.
So there's a lot of dinosaur here.
Oh yeah.
We have Dinosaur Ridge.
Yep.
Dinosaur Ridge is beautiful.
Footprints.
Mm-hmm.
When they start digging up Coors Field, our mascot's Dinger, a Triceratops. They found a fossil. Our highway, it's called T-Rex. They found a Tyrannosaurus Rex.
I love it.
Fossil there.
Again, youngest mountains in the world. Because of how fast they were thrown up, we have more minerals, more fossils than almost anywhere else in the country because of that.
They dug up one of the fossils, the footprints in Dinosaur Ridge.
Uh-huh.
One of the college students took it. I think it was, it might have been Fort Collins. Took it up to Fort Collins, kept it, and then, long story short, they were using it as a doorstop. And then someone said,
Well, they had there was I think it was
brought it back, and now it's part of the museum. But it's an asshole college student.
Yep.
So now it's kind of roped off, but it's a super cool, easy. You can't drive up and down anymore. You can hike it, but you can't drive up and down. They have guided tours where you can take the bus up. It's a super easy, fast, 15-minute dinosaur.
They even have something like the
Thunder Ridge. I actually did.
Like the Colorado, like the trains. You could take a train through all the peaks of Colorado and ride.
you took a train at the top of Pikes Peak. They just reopened it.
Is that they have a ski season train that you go to Winter Park.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a long train down there, but one, you get a train experience. You get to Winter Park. You do all that. The Winter Park is just another town you spend another hour on. They do the Jazz Fest down there.
Yeah.
Telluride.
I'm going with you this year. I'm going with the Jazz Fest with you this year.
Jazz, call me. I'll go.
Yeah, we're going.
I have a story behind
I'm
that.
fucking going.
They have Jazz Fest down there. They have Mary Jane. They have.
Well, the Jazz Fest goes through a couple because they have one in Winter Park, they have one in Breckenridge, they also have one in Telluride and Keystone.
Yeah,
right.
so there's a ton of music here.
Colorado.
Yeah, if you guys are watching this and you're like, "Wow, that state sucks," you haven't been listening to it.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: our whole point is to get right. Yeah, to get you guys to understand, Colorado has so much to offer, and we could go off for 3.5 hours on the things that you can do in Colorado, in Denver, in South Colorado, at the sand dunes, in the mountains, etc. I will say one thing only because it's topical and it's coming up here it's April, right? So May, June. It's happening in the next 2 months. Every year, the Great Sand Dunes has a creek that runs through them.
Mm-hmm.
And as the snow starts to melt, that creek grows. And as that creek grows, it runs through the sand dunes. So what ends up happening is one of the coolest things I've ever experienced is the sand dunes essentially turn into a beach.
And we won't talk about the amount of mosquitoes that are there.
It doesn't matter. Suck it up. Suck it up. Suck it up. If you can go to the sand dunes and all of a sudden you crest this hill and you have sand dunes in front of you, you've got the San Juan Mountains behind you that are 14,000. And then it turns into an oasis with all this clear water running from the glacier runoff from the San Juan Mountains. It is one of the coolest things that you can ever experience, but it only happens between. I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
I do. The only reason I say it's cooler is because I can go to like Guaranella Pass, which is 45 minutes from where we're at right now.
You can drive right up 285.
And you can drive right up and see it, right? And there's maps and whatnot. The sand dunes are harder to get to. It takes, a 3.5 hour, 4 hour drive, whatever it is.
Yep.
But to see these sand dunes turn into a natural oasis backdropped by these snow-capped 14,000 foot mountains, absolutely incredible.
Well, and the coolest part about the sand dunes too is that they're how can I say this? They're so
sandy.
Well, no, it's
Dooney?
just they're so unique in the fact that the only reason that the sand dunes exist is because there is a lake north of the San Juan Mountains that all of that sand and with the wind gets pushed over, and that's how it built up there. So you literally get a desert. It feels like another world, but then you turn to the right, and there's the San Juan Mountains.
Well, we're down South Colorado. Shout out to Rocky Ford, where we get our melons from.
Yep.
Some of the best melons in Denver, and the Western Slope, which is Grand Junction, and all that, they have peaches, Palisade peaches.
Yep.
The best. I will. All right.
See, and
People might hate it. This is where we can get haters. I will rival our Palisade peaches to your Georgia peaches any day.
Oh, 100%.
Don't let Justin Bieber know that. All right? Just saying. He's going to be real mad.
I got my peaches out in Georgia.
Da, da, da.
Come to Colorado, eat our Palisade peaches. We have high elevation, warm days and cold nights. The sugar content, they are delicious.
All right.
I had
I was gonna say.
Hold on.
And our corn.
Nope, not even the corn. Olathe corn's great. We're gonna end on this, and then Charlie, you can reel us in.
Yeah, because I'm about to go.
Here's the deal. If I say wine, you say California. No. The western slope of Colorado produces some of the best wine. There is a wine festival in Palisade that is absolutely phenomenal.
Over 30 different wineries.
It is
30.
insane.
Of the elevation and
The temperature change.
Yep.
It shifts crazy, guys. Once you get in elevation,
Yep.
you could have 80-degree days, and at night
20-degree nights.
20.
Yep.
And it makes for phenomenal soil composition, phenomenal grapes, which turns into phenomenal wine. So if you guys are looking for something to do, and I believe the wine festival is in July, like end of July, early August in Palisade. It's only about a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour drive from Denver. Phenomenal. Yep.
Do it.
So
Do it.
anyway,
Well,
sorry. I wanted to point
no,
that out
no,
because a lot of the wine thing is something that it's good.
Before we
Yes.
leave the Rocky Mountains, I have gone to Kansas, all the eastern states. Outside of the coolness, it's our compass, guys. If you
Yes.
already, you talk to
If you tell anybody,
the mountains are always going to be west. My family's from Florida. I'm like, how the fuck do you know where you're at?
Hey,
Yeah, I
so
tell
I'm gonna
people
I'm
all
gonna
the time.
There's no reference
all the
point.
time.
I'm gonna
There's
call
no reference
I'm gonna
point.
call this out, right? This is back in high school. Very quick story. And it's one of my ex-girlfriends. I'm not gonna name her, but she's probably watching this. And we were dating, and she was notoriously terrible at directions. And she was meeting us in like downtown, either downtown Denver or somewhere else. And she gets on the highway and she goes, I think I took the wrong turn. And I go, well, what do you mean? Where are you trying to go? She goes, I'm trying to go to you guys. Okay. Which direction are you going? You guys, are you going north or south? She goes, I have no idea. I go, are the mountains on your left or on your right? If they're on your right, you're going south. If you're on your left, you're going north. She goes, oh.
It's that easy.
It's that
It
easy.
is that easy.
Just
Because
saying.
anywhere in the state, anywhere you are in the state,
See the mountains.
you can see the mountains. And if you see the mountains, know that's west.
Yep.
That's it. And all right, guys.
It's like our North Star.
Oscar, I'm sorry
We
didn't get back
need
to
a North
Denver.
Star for this podcast.
I was going to say, I'm sorry we didn't get back to Denver, but as you guys can tell, we are passionate about the state.
Yep.
About,
Sell like half a page of
I know, right? Hey, social media, TikTok, baby.
Yep.
Let them know.
Where's
No.
the opener?
Yep. Opening day.
Meet us down there.
Yep.
Opening day.
But
Shout us out.
with that being said, thank you guys so much for sticking with us on this episode. I know it's been a smorgasbord of information.
It was a brown bag
It
bourbon.
it was, and with that being said, I feel it. It feels like a brown bag bourbon episode. I don't know how to put it.
Can I go ahead and rate it?
Well, hold on. We got to hold on. We got to hold on. We'll get there. But let's go ahead and give our one rock takeaways for the episode. Jameson, I'm gonna start with you because you've been abnormally quiet this episode.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Man,
You've been in bourbon.
I guess.
He was entranced by the.
No, I wasn't in trance. There's so much excitement in this whole episode. I was waiting for my time to kind of get in.
When we say we live in
You know what I mean?
state, we are not kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Not kidding. We live and enjoy
Yep.
the state.
So here's my one rock takeaway. Colorado has a ton to offer. We have lived here for a long time and enjoy it. If you guys have questions on where to go, what to do, who to see, let us know. That's really it. Like we're local experts for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And the beauty of it is, I mean, I've lived here since I was born, right? So 37 years. I had a couple years on the East Coast. We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
I was young. But for the most part, I mean, I've been here permanently since 1999, right? So now it's 2023. I've been here for a while. And if you guys are wondering like what to do and where to go and the best neighborhoods, so on and so forth, hopefully we projected our passion on why this state is so great and why people should move here and live here and enjoy everything we enjoy. Reach out, let us know. And if you guys have questions, let us know.
Yep. Oscar.
As a native, I'm more of we're not just that small city anymore. I watched my city grow. I've been just a few years more than David, so I'm not that much older. I'm only 3 years older than he is. But we've had some growing pains and whatnot, but we're not just that, right? We have a ton of wilderness stuff. That's my favorite because I'm a wilderness guy. But as far as the city, I'm also, I hate to use the term foodie. We have great food, great entertainment. We have the arts, some of the best plays going to town. We have Hamilton, the ballet, the Alley Hawk
Yeah, we didn't even touch the convention center.
The Albuquerque Theater holds
Yep.
a special place in my heart. That's where I proposed on stage during a Midsummer Night's Dream. So
Great
we're
story.
Very cultured. Juneteenth, hell, the Juneteenth is awesome on Mountain Street. It's a great festival too. We have all of that here. Come check us out. We're not just wilderness, although that is my heart and passion. Our city life, we have everything here. I love my state.
Yeah, that was good, Oscar. Thank you. But I'm gonna go ahead as the non-native here. As the non-native, I'm gonna go ahead and lean into this one and talk to the people. If you're looking to move to Colorado, respect the state, respect the nature. Do not come here and think that this is free range for you to have fun, for you to throw bottles down, for you to respect the state, respect the beauty and the nature of this state, and also recognize that where you do have that wilderness, you also have the opportunity for phenomenal entertainment in the city. You are blessed and lucky to be in a place where you can clear your soul in the mountains and then regenerate it with music, food, drinks, whatever it is. So if you come here, respect this place, love this place, because it is beautiful and everybody deserves to enjoy it. All right, go ahead and lean back now.
I want my children to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Please.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. I agree.
I didn't even touch on that.
I agree.
That's one of my biggest things. I love everybody. I want you to come check out our state.
No, I agree. There's so my dad worked for Boeing in Seattle for a little bit right over this last year, and we went. And, he probably does. Does he live in Seattle?
No, but he worked for yes. He
No?
worked for Boeing forever.
Then maybe I'll ask. We'll sidebar. But Seattle is another state like that I went to, and you see Mount Rainier, and that's the most impressive mountain I've ever seen in my entire life. But with all of the greenery and the trees and the nature in Seattle, because Seattle's another metropolitan that's very close to the mountains, there's trash everywhere. There's trash along the highways. There's trash on the street corners. Like it's just not well taken care of. And I've gone back and forth multiple times, not only over the last year, but when I worked for Best Buy and we were headquartered in Seattle, right, for our district. And the difference between a state and a community that cares about keeping the beauty alive is starking, I guess. It's just such a stark contrast, because you go to Seattle and you see these beautiful mountains, these trees, all green, everything, but then there's trash everywhere, right? You come to Colorado, and I just did it the other day. I was on E470, right? And yeah, we pay tolls and it sucks, whatever. But as I'm going down E470 from the airport, all I saw was full of trash bags for 20 miles because we care and we pick up the trash. And I think it speaks to how, yes, it's expensive to live here. And yes, it's right now, it might be hard to find a house. And I know we're realtors and we're supposed to say, hey, we should, let's help you out. But there's a reason for that.
I wouldn't trade it for the world.
You know what I mean? There is a reason. If my premium on price means that I can enjoy the natural beauty and the opportunity and the different experiences that Colorado offers, different than so many other states, I'll pay that premium every single time.
Every goddamn day. Yep.
That was one of my biggest things. Like I said, I love everybody. Please come check out our state.
Also, guys, can we go hike a 14er this year?
We're doing it, baby. We will get you guys pictures of us three
Seriously,
on a 14er this summer.
We're gonna hike.
Hold us accountable. We got it.
No, for real. I really want to do that. That'd be so much fun.
And now,
let's do it.
Now that we've given everybody the disclaimers, the information, the good places.
I'm still mad that I can't rest my feet on this table.
Let's go ahead and move into the bourbon review. None of us. No, three of us. Well, and here's what I'll say. Here's what I'll say. These are exactly what they need to be.
Yes.
At the price point that they're at, for what you get from them. They get the job done.
I look at it this way. I'm a golfer. Oscar, you golf. You don't really golf.
Not yet.
A little bit, right? But if I pay, okay, which by the way, total side note, the whole brown bag bourbon episode.
Yeah.
Okay, I knew this was going to be bad when he walks in with a regular hat.
Yes. He's on a ball cap on.
I'm just saying it's not the smoker's cap. It was a regular hat with a brown bag. I was like, oh, this is gonna go sideways real fast. And you know what? Lo and behold, it did. But anyway, I look at it as if I'm gonna go to a golf course and I'm gonna pay $30 for a round and a cart. I'm gonna get what I paid for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit there. Yeah, I'm not going to get on the green and go, why does this green look like a sandbox? I'm going to go, you know what? I spent $30 on this round. This is exactly what I expect.
All right. So,
You know what I'm saying?
Oscar, go ahead and let the people know how much both of these bottles cost together.
The ancient age was $11.99.
It's like a blue light special.
Oh, yeah, and you could probably find it for $5.99. The benchmark was $16.99.
So $4 for the glass.
And I'm gonna give you credit.
10 cents for the brown bag.
I will give,
so
I will
grand
give-
total of
$33.63.
example, 2 full bottles of bourbon for $33. They do what they're supposed to do, right? But I will say, I will give credit to the gentleman at the bubble store that gave you the description that he did. No.
Also, you know what I'm confused about, right? Here, this is my confusion. We're going so long. I apologize, guys. But my confusion is like normally, we're salespeople, okay? We sell shit. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And we tend to, there's certain things we'll embellish them. And you know, it's like, hey, here's what the feature is. Here's what the benefit is. It's just classic sales tactics. I don't understand what he gained
He made this
from upselling a $12 and a $14 bottle of bourbon. Like, you could, if you would have said, hey, here's this, but by the way, for $20 more, you can have something that you actually enjoy.
Yeah.
But instead, he just went straight for, hey.
Time out. All right, $11.99 for $10 more at select liquor stores. You can get some larceny.
Well,
No, that's
and
what I'm
so-
saying.
Larceny is delicious.
And not only that, but like I said, for what it is, price point, end all be all, it is what it is. We did this as a brown bag bourbon episode. What are you going to take? What are you going to take?
I'll
to,
be honest, I'm taking this to opening day tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to take that to tailgate, right?
Yep.
That's what it's there for. And I will say that when you talk about getting the job done, even last week with Johnny Drum, I had 2.5 glasses more than I did. I feel more from what I drank from these two than I did from that.
Which obviously, so
I got 8 and I'm kind of drunk.
biologically. All right. So anyway, rock takeaway. Oscar, what'd you get?
Rock rating. Rock
What do you get?
rating.
What
Rock
do you get?
rating.
10 is the worst.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give it a 10.5.
Done. Love it.
It's not horrible.
Love it.
Put it in some Coke.
10.5. Let's go.
Take a fucking swig.
All right.
Jameson?
Get the job done.
Mine, so a 10-pound ice bag is about $3.99.
Yep.
I'm going to give it a 10-pound ice bag.
Oscar's bouncing here. I'm gonna give it a 9. Honestly, granted,
It's a dirt bag, but
it
Bro,
is what it
it's
is.
a
It is what
plastic
meant to
bottle
be,
that-
right.
shit on a daily. Come get me because I need to go rehab.
Yeah. Well, with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Remember, like, follow, subscribe. You
Hopefully, after this episode,
you can get in. You can get in contact with us.
Yep.
RESOTR at themilehighperspective.com.
303-578-0263. Like, subscribe, shoot us a text message. Let us know how you guys like the podcast. We'd love to help you move here to this beautiful state of Colorado.
We're gonna go ahead and try and get ourselves down from these 2 drinks here.
Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
See ya.